All right, guys, it's 1 o'clock. We'll get started. Welcome, welcome. It's awards meeting for January. We'll start with our mission. It's to build careers worth having, businesses worth owning, lives worth living, experiences worth giving, and legacies worth leaving. How about that? That could be a commercial. All right, some birthdays, guys. So Vince will be celebrating on the 16th tomorrow, and then Keidra Lewis on the 17th. So please, please, please wish them a happy, happy birthday. Any bucket fills? I've got one. Anybody else?
I'll give you one. Thank you for the vote of confidence and platinum title on Friday when you're doing visits. I appreciate it.
Oh,
And we love platinum title.
I-
The best thing.
I only speak the truth. It was fun when you perked up and like laughed, and I was like, no, but really. Okay, I'm gonna call out Jim Gamble because he continues to offer us lots of seating choices. I don't know if you can see their new, they swivel. There are cushions. I'm also really excited to see how Matt navigates them today.
They will.
So-
I will trip on them twice.
Thank you, thank you.
Just today.
Very nice. He's so kind. He says, happy birthday. And then he's like, also, I have these chairs. Do you want them? I inherited them from a listing. Yes, please. Yes, please. We'll take them. And I like that you asked. You don't just bring like, like if they were gross, I could be like, no, thank you. All right. Courtney, would you like to join us?
Sure, why not?
Excellent. I don't know if you have.
I don't. It's I don't have a ton of updates for you, but I just in terms of closings and your clients with tax season for Kansas properties, we're paying second half of taxes. It's nothing really fancy or glittery or glitzy, but if you guys have any questions from the field, I guess I could maybe field some questions. Anyone out there that
Kyle? And really, yeah.
all right, that's it. That's all I got.
No, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. And I will. I always like to brag on them, but it was super awkward when you're like, bragging on someone and they can hear you. It's like, man, her ears are good. No. Tanner Garver,
Oh, hey.
fresh in.
No, sorry.
Look at the shoes and the socks.
Oh, and the socks.
There you go. This is for you, friend.
Nice. Hey guys,
Hi.
Coco's here. What's up? Let's go. Wait, is it clicking? Is it this? All right, I'm just gonna share real quick before getting everything. Markets. Want to show you, keep updating you guys with rates because they are changing so quickly. And how to kind of talk to your guys' buyers about it as well as. Oops, it is. Sorry.
We're having flashbacks to stop. You can do it.
Right.
Now the pressure's on.
Yeah. Don't. Oh no. All right, never mind. I don't know what's going on.
This is my fault.
I literally just logged on the way here.
Is the username?
Maybe is your email correct?
Oh, good call. Let's see if I go this one. So maybe I just have a username. Guys, all right, I'm just gonna,
This is
Talk then.
flashback too.
yep, I'm just talking then. Super easy. I'll send you guys the chart. It's in my
Is this the
email.
red and the greens?
Yeah, it's the red and the greens chart. So this is super easy to talk about. Don't need this. Nick, you can go back to the awards. Okay.
Or do you have it working on yours?
It's all right. It's more than okay. I'll send you guys. I literally have the chart in my email. I'll send it right after this. Rates are legit around 4.25 now. They're in the fours.
What?
30-year fixed.
Yep,
4.25.
30 and fixed are at 4.25. On Friday, they had the biggest jump of the year after everything that happened. So on Friday, they went down 100 basis points, which went from 3.75 all the way up to 4. Now they're 4.25.
That's back to 2015.
Yeah, they're back to way before COVID even.
Yeah.
And so they're at the highest they've been. But when you're talking to your clients and they're saying, oh my gosh, I want to wait for interest rates, they're supposed to keep getting worse. They're supposed to keep getting worse and worse, which is still not bad, but still in the fours. And so if you're trying to have someone that's like, oh, I want to wait and see what rates do. If they would have waited about 6 months ago and when the rates were starting to go up, they could have went, right? And so at the same time, houses are appreciating, and even though they're not going to appreciate that 17% what they did last year in Kansas City, if it goes to 8%, that means that your payment's going to be even cheaper now than you bought. It goes up in a year than if you wait in a year in the house, same interest rate, or if it's higher. Does that make sense? And so, yes, the interest rate is higher. The houses are appreciating. It's still a great time to buy, as I mean, it's just going to keep getting higher and higher. So
30 days ago, we were at 2.875.
at the beginning of the year, at January, we're at 3%.
3%.
January 1, we were at 3%. Going into Christmas, we were at 2.875. So, I mean, it's happening quickly. The feds haven't started buying back rates, but they're about to start, they said. The only thing that could change rates from continuing to rise is if we go to war in Russia. So don't want that, obviously, but that would be the only thing that would cause rates to pause or go up or go down.
Okay.
So just want to keep you guys updated. So when you talk to your buyers, just know when they see the fours and they start freaking out, it is fours. I mean, that's everywhere around the board. So it's nothing huge, nothing new. That's where mortgage rates are supposed to be around 5%. And so still right there.
Excellent.
Am I doing our awards now?
Yeah.
Awards. All right. Did I click? Oh. Oh, okay. We'll go right into it then. Slam Dunk Award, which goes to the easiest transaction of the month for January, goes to Emily, as we got clear to close on her cousin's house like 2 weeks in. Took us 2 weeks because her cousin was so on top of it and she was so on top of it as an agent. So great job, Emily. If I see you, I'll send you the award. And then after that, we have 2 for 1. MVP goes to Amanda with Sanctuary, as she had the highest closing in volume. And so she gets MVP and the buzzer beater award, as she had a closing that we were supposed to close in. The projected first time was supposed to close in September. A new build that got pushed from September till January 31st. And she had to literally be on top of the superintendent of the houses for every single day for 2 months straight to get it done before way later. So her buyers were literally homeless. They put them in their Airbnb, let them stay there. And then they turned around and somehow got it on January 31st when it's supposed to close like the end of February. So great job on that one. Yeah, it was awesome. The family's so grateful. They just had a baby in December. So it was like, they need that. But she got it. So job, Sanctuary.
Yay,
And that's all I got.
So happy to hear that. I got to hear about that transaction a couple of times too. And I will tell you, it was one of those times that we are advocates for our clients. And Amanda was trying to work with a co-op agent and it wasn't happening. And then there's a time in which you're like, okay, it's a new build. Let me figure out how to make this happen. And she went and looked at what supplies and I went through the house and inventoried what was still left. Started calling as a new construction, she helped pick out a lot of the finishes and said, well, maybe I go ahead and contact. It was one of those times where it was like, I'm going to figure out how to make this happen for my people. And I'm not going to be afraid for someone to call me names and say that I'm annoying. I'm going to make this like, I have to fight for my people. And I'm so excited that it closed because I know she was losing sleep and was really frustrated and upset. So yay, Amanda. There's Travis looking out like,
Yeah, Travis.
yes. No. Yay, Amanda. Travis hears that all the time. Okay. Heartland Partners. And if you guys need any home or auto quotes, please reach out to them. So I guess we're going right into awards. All right, Miss Rebecca, she capped for the first time. So we've got a first time capper. So within a 12-month period, Rebecca had her best 12 months and was able to do that in, gosh, like 5 months maybe. Is that right, Nick? So way to go, Rebecca, you're killing it. We also have Pam Turner Harbin. She's capped. So congratulations to Turner Filing Homes. And Jordan Eckley. So I think that was probably the fastest cap in that he's already capped a quarter cap for his team. So congratulations to Jordan. All right. And finally, Austin Home Team capped as well. So yay, they sneezed and there was their cap. All right. Can we welcome up Miss Rebecca Green? Is that okay? My goodness. Okay. You guys don't follow her already. Like just, yeah.
So at our top 20% mastermind in the Northland, a couple of weeks ago, we talked about social media. And one of the big topics is the fact that agents, especially when you start doing quite a bit of business, are getting flagged by other agents when you're not putting your broker on anything that you're adding to social media. So you always have to have your brokerage right next to your name. Otherwise, you can get a fine and people are turning you in, especially when you're doing it repeatedly. So One of the best ways that you can do this is to save your brokerage photo to your phone, and then you can just upload it. But I know a lot of people don't understand how stories work. So I did a screen recording of how to do this. And then what I'm thinking is after we get done with team meeting today, we'll just have Nick upload the Plaza logo to the Facebook page, and you can save it to your phone and be able to have this handy so nobody gets fined going to the spring market. So go ahead and hit play and I'll kind of explain what I'm doing here. Here's a screen recording of my phone. So whenever you open the Facebook app, this is going into your story. What you'll do is click on your story, and then you can see anytime that you want to add, oh, you can mute it and pause the video for a second if you can. All right, so I want you to go back to the beginning and I'll tell everybody what we're doing here. So whenever you're adding an overlay to your story, you're gonna upload the first picture or video that you want, and then I'm gonna show you how to add the sticker on top of it, and it's really easy. The video is gonna look weird at first, but I go through it twice. So hit play from the beginning again.
You can do down to the bottom.
Or just like refresh the link up at the top.
Okay.
You're doing great, Nick.
I'm panicking.
You're good. Okay, so here's your 101 video. And I know a lot of you guys down here use stories, so I wanted to point it out before somebody gets a fine, because that's no fun to pay $200 for a Facebook story. So you would add whatever text video that you want, and then that black button right there in the middle with the photo icon on it, that's where you click to add any type of a button that you want over the top of it. Does that make sense? And then
upload your and start your story with your video that you
Yep.
want to include, and then you're gonna add a sticker, like you're going to add a sticker, correct?
Yep, that's exactly right. I'm just showing you twice here. So you add the sticker and then you're good to go. And that keeps you out of trouble with any agents that might want to say, yo, you don't have your brokerage on there, because it's happening. And that's no fun, especially if you do it 3 or 4 times in a row. Those fines add up. So that's just a fun fact of what we talked about in our 20% mastermind. So you can exit out of that. And if you want that video, I can share it on the Facebook page, just a little how to. It's pretty easy. I have our brokerage logo saved in my favorites, so it's on there. Does anybody have any questions about that part of social media, keeping everybody out of trouble?
And that's like we're doing a tour of a home, I'm doing a funny TikTok that's related, or what's the line?
Yeah, anytime there's anything that would be promoting your real estate business, it doesn't have to have a house in it. It could be you talking about mortgage rates. You need to have your logo on there or it's a fine.
And that's even on stories?
Stories, every single thing. Any marketing for a real estate needs. Yep. Yep.
Okay, so it comes from our branded account, but that doesn't transfer is what you're saying to a story.
Good question. So yes, if it comes from your branded page and everything says Rebecca Green, real estate agent at KW North, you're good to go. If you share it from your personal page, that's where you have to brand it. And that's where agents get in trouble. Yep. If you're sharing it strictly from your page, then all that branding is there and good to go. So if
I almost had a heart attack. I thought I was breaking 10,000 rules a day.
whenever you look at the post, it just needs to be very clear that you are an agent with the office that you're associated with. Does that make sense?
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
All that branding has to be on there to keep you out of trouble and save you dollars. Cool. Any other questions on that? Thank you. Good. Okay, so I wanted to talk a little bit about social media and a few of the ways that you can use it for lead generation and things. So you can go to the next slide, unless I have the clicker. Thanks. Cool. I am. Oh, these stools are so great, Jim. Thank you so much. I could probably crisscross if I wanted to. Okay, so one of the things that that Matt and I've been talking about that we've noticed personally in our social media is that whenever you're posting on your stories, we're getting anywhere from 4 to 6 times the engagement that we would on a normal social media post. It's really the best way to get your brand out there. And for those of you that don't use stories yet, stories are kind of a little bit more of a relaxed way to post to social media. If something's on your page, you put a little bit more time and effort into captioning it and making it look professional. If something on your story, what's really cool about social media and real estate is that people are enthralled with what we do for a living. So it can literally just be casual. I'm writing an offer, I'm showing a house, whatever it is, you're throwing your brand on it, and people are engaging with these like by the hundreds because they think what we do is really cool. So besides getting 2 to 4 times the engagement, one of the best things that you can do whenever you're posting stories is to make sure that you're having 3 to 6 stories at a time that people can watch. That's going to increase your engagement as well. And at the end of the day, I know some people post to social media because you like the attention, but I think all of us in this room would agree that you're posting to social media because you're trying to get business from it. Anytime we're talking, hi, welcome to the party. Anytime you're posting to social media, you're hoping that people are going to reach out and start to see you as the real estate professional. So one of the best pieces of advice that I would have is to make sure that you're posting enough content that they're not just like, oh, that was a cool house. Like, try to plan your day that if you're going to be posting a story, you've got a little bit of content that people can click through. Does that make sense? Anybody have any questions on those basic outlines? Okay. So one more thing that I wanted to cover, because I've had several questions from people at the office already. Oh, well, we can talk about messages. We'll talk about messages. Social media and the messaging app within Facebook is also a really great way to increase engagement on any of the platforms. So anytime that someone messages you, it bumps you up in their algorithm. So that's going to increase the number of people that are watching your stories. It works both ways. Like if I message you and you message back, we're bumped up, you're going to start seeing my stuff a lot more frequently. If I message you and you don't message back, it doesn't really work quite as well. So a few of the things that you can do to get more eyeballs on your page is, first of all, wish everybody a happy birthday. Typically what I found is if I'm sending gifts or emojis, they'll respond back with at least a thank you. And then I know I'm touching everybody on my social media, all 5,000 of those people who, let's be honest, aren't in my database. I'm at least touching them once a year and my views on my stories are increasing. Another really great way to do that is to reply to other people's stories. If you scroll through, you can kind of get pretty deep in the story outlines, and you can go back in and start engaging with some people that probably aren't at the top of your timeline already. And it's a good touch to your database that way. And then finally, always just a method in my head is I try to comment on 5 posts a day of social media to keep things going. Facebook seems to like that algorithm. It shows that, yep, I'm here. I'm not just consuming content. I'm also contributing. So a few best practices, and that all of that's always changing all the time, what they like to see, what they don't like to see. But within the last 12 months or so, those messages on Facebook stories are really important.
And to clarify, if you're doing you have a story and I do like a clapping on it or a heart or whatever, like, you know, how kind of
An interaction.
that counts as me sending you a message or a story reply.
Yes. So if you do that to me, they like it. The best thing is to exchange words back and forth. So if you send me a message,
That's amazing. I'm so proud. Like, that's so
yes.
awesome.
Yep. And that does rank higher than just a heart on there.
How about comments on somebody's post?
Yep,
That's
absolutely. That's going to bump things up, and Facebook's going to say, oh, these 2 people actually like each other. It's also really important if someone comments on your status that you're responding back to them. Yeah. So good question.
Does it count if someone sends me a message on my story and I just hit the heart to like that, or should I
It does
take the time
count.
to like?
I mean, I always take the time to respond.
Yeah, me
If
too.
it's
Yeah.
something that somebody reacts to a lot of things, then I might not. But if it's something, especially if it's the first time that someone is engaged in a post that I've had in a while, it's important to stay at the top of their search, and you want them to see your stories anytime you post. You need to make sure that you're engaging that way.
The only other thing too, and I apologize, Rebecca.
No, you're great.
Sometimes too, if there's anyone that you have, because those stories are the similar people over
Yep.
and over again, right?
Yep.
And yet you can go seek out them. And if they've got like it looks like there's like a blue bubble or something around their profile photo, it means they've got a story. So you can also try to reach out to others that are not already showing up in your story feed.
That's correct.
And comment on it that way to try to get them pulled in to where then they're interacting, and then hopefully they're seeing yours as well.
Yeah, just because you see me doesn't mean I see your stuff. A lot of the time met somebody the other day and they're like, oh, I don't recognize you. I'm like, I have no idea who you are, but he knew who I was. So just because you see someone's story doesn't mean that they see yours. And one of the best ways to do it, like Sadie said, at the very top, when you see everyone's stories, if you just scroll with your finger like all the way to the end, start commenting back that way. Does that make sense?
The only other thing too, sorry, Rebecca.
Yeah, go for it. This is great.
You can see when you look at someone else's story, they can see that you looked at it. And it was one of those things I thought everyone would have assumed, but I guess if you've never done a story yourself before, you wouldn't know that. And people were shocked to be like, wait a minute, what? And it's like, yes, I can see exactly who's looked at my stories if I want to take the time to scroll through there. So beware too, if you're creeping on somebody, they know.
And you didn't.
You know you're
respond,
looking.
if you are, I love your baby, they know this.
Right?
You're in trouble.
Right?
Nobody calls me.
Man.
And
That's
or
really
like you
funny.
say, there's somebody new that pops up on there to engage with.
Yeah. Yep. Really good. I mean, at the end of the day, it's the best database that any of us have. And I don't think that very many of us probably use it in a business sense to the fullest. So any other questions on social media as far as that goes? Yes,
that
lots of
sounds a lot.
questions. Just start. The last thing that I wanted to mention is K-score. And this is what I started to say, that I've had lots of questions from this office already. So Keller Williams School of Real Estate is free for anyone that lives in Missouri. They can take their real estate license and become a real estate agent online, totally free. I see confused looks. Did we not know that before?
No, it was a new thing, but that's
Oh,
part
cool.
of being able to partner with the other market centers. Is now we
Yes.
do have access with that.
Yeah,
So, and Rebecca is the one who is like the know-all of K-score and how it all works.
yeah.
So.
So I'm your go-to for the people in the back. Yeah. Real estate school is now free if you have a Missouri address. We can't do it for Kansas yet because it's all through KREC. But if you have anyone in your database, and this is one of the things I wanted to flesh out a little bit, we may do a mastermind around it. From the top, Keller Williams is saying this is a really great way that we as agents can build a referral database, because what can happen is you can go to your friends on Facebook. We're talking about social media. You can go to your friends on Facebook and you can say, guys, like, let's get your license for free. Why the heck not? What then will happen is these people all still have regular jobs. They have to provide for their families. They're probably not going to like ditch their whole life and get into real estate full time. But what you can do is start leveraging them to a much higher level, because now who's your biggest fan whenever they send you real estate leads? Because they got 25% bonus coming. So some of the first people that I reached out to, my hairdresser, all of our contractors, lady that does my nails, right? Now they love me and I love them, and they're actually sending me referrals. Whereas in the past,
they get the license and they become referral agent.
they
At 25 just sitting at home and I get the client.
That's exactly right. And that's how it's working at a really, really high level. So if you guys want to have a mastermind at some point around the scripts about what that looks like, it's a pretty cool opportunity. And if you do have any friends or family that want to get in the business, the best thing you can do is give them my number, and we've got a really automated process. I'll be warm and fuzzy to start with and answer their questions, and then we'll get them in school.
But they have to go through our school. They can't just go through like a career education.
Good question. So you can put them through any real estate school that you want. And I'll post about the K-score opportunities. So
Right.
Keller Williams is offering free real estate school. So if it's a person that can self-study and go through the class online, then it saves them $400 to $600.
Okay.
Yep. Really good question.
Why does it say KS?
K-score, Keller Williams School of Real Estate. Ish. Oh, Kansas. No, yeah. So they say it K-score is the acronym. Yeah. Nope, everybody else is solid on that.
And to clarify, because you get licensed in the state you reside in first, and that's why she's saying it's for somebody that lives in Missouri.
Their driver's license has to say Missouri or they're gonna get through. We've had it already. They're like, oh, I rent in Kansas. If your driver's license says Missouri, then whenever you go in to take your test, they're gonna make you take your Missouri license first.
And it includes both the pre-licensing course and the practice course.
Yep.
So then their only expense would be their fingerprints in Missouri, which is I think like $38 through,
Mhm.
and then the $90 for the application.
Yep.
So super, super easy. Excellent.
Any other questions on that?
Can you talk about the requirements to talk about this?
Like to post about
If
it?
You're gonna make a post about this, there's some big requirements.
Yeah, so you can't actually say that it's free real estate school. All the other brokerages get really yucky about it, because obviously
It's
we're,
subsidized through Kaplan
yeah.
and Keller Williams.
So there's specific verbiage that they've said that we can use and post. And I think what might be best is we'll just make a post in the Facebook group that you can share on your page. And we can even have a link to my calendar if that's easiest for anybody.
The other thing is do not get creative. Keller Williams has some approved posts graphically and verbally. And you must copy and paste those exactly. Because the Missouri Real Estate Commission has called us a lot.
Yeah, I'm now friends with the Missouri Real Estate Commission because I tell them my marketing actually works really well and they don't care. So we're done being creative. We're going to use what we're supposed to use. But if you're talking to your friends or family and anybody who's going through a real estate transaction with you, there's no reason not to at least mention this, right? Like, let's build your database even more. It's exciting. So that's what I have today on all things social media.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You guys are so fun. Okay, so we've got listings taken for the month of January. We took 21 listings, which is just too shy of what we did last year, guys. So congratulations to you. We'll roll right into our awards. We have quite a few that took a listing, which means they're in a winner in the month of January. So Adrienne Towner, please welcome me and congratulating her. I apologize. Our DFI was a little under the weather today, so we do not have paper certificates. If you guys want to come and parade through, we can like air five. I'll move the stool. Okay, so congratulations to Adrienne. We also have Alina. Congratulations, Alina, on taking a listing in January. Do you want to come through or? Yeah. Thank you for being a team player. I appreciate you, Alina. Welcome. Congratulations. There you go. Woo! Such a good sport. Yeah, Andrea as well has a listing the month of January, so congratulations. Miss Courtney Stansberry. Congratulations, Courtney. Woo-hoo! Ernesto Tinoco, congratulations. And then we also have Jessica Howe taking a listing in January. Congratulations, Jessica. All right, a few more. Rebecca Kane, congratulations. That was one that I think Randy helped her fight for. So thank you, Randy. And then Miss Kylie Willis, come on up, Kylie. No, Kylie's gonna decline walking through. Okay. Moving on to the team division, which is 2 or more selling agents. In second place, we've got the Facade Group. So congratulations, Jim and team. And then the Gamble Group also tied for second place. Congratulations, Jim and Miss Sarah. There we go. Excellent. Love it. Excellent. Okay. Final tie in second place. We've got Elite Properties. So congratulations to Andy and team. All right. And taking first place in the team division, we've got Jim Vogel, the Vogel Group. So congratulations, Jim. All right, group. So 3 or more selling agents with 3 listings taken in the month of January, the Carthage Group. So congratulations. Woo-hoo! All right, and in first place with 2, and I saw my eyes, this is really small font. It was 2 listings taken for the Carthage Group. I don't want anyone to call me out. It's being incorrect. This tiny font. Okay, Austin Home Team with 4 listings taken took first place. So no surprise there. Congratulations, Austin Home Team. All right, guys, productivity coaching. Chris and Carolyn, I don't know if Chris and Carolyn are on. I know we've got so much going on this month. This calendar could not be any more full. And I have to tell you, I'm so very, very proud of all of the agents in this office that are just really getting engaged and enjoying and are up. I mean, they are traveling between offices. They are attending not only what Chris and Carolyn are offering with the group coaching, and yet they're also coming and attending some of the coaching that I'm teaching between here and Overland Park. So everyone is welcome to any of the Navy coaching classes. We are doing DocuSign this Thursday at 2 different times. We went through Command this morning and how to take that from start to finish. I'm recording everything. So if you want to catch anything that's been on the calendar that we've missed, I'd be more than happy to send it out to you. So I also want to point out on our calendar, guys, you've got the last few opportunities to go to the required forms classes. So we have that today from 2 to 4, which will be really fun since I'm here as well training. Love it. And then also tomorrow, 10 to noon in the Northland, and then 2 to 4 in Overland Park on Thursday. Please be sure to catch one of those. Our annual awards meeting, guys, 2021. So today we're celebrating January. Next Wednesday, the 23rd, we want to celebrate all of 2021. So our awards should be arriving any minute if they haven't already, Nick. Please join us. Family reunion, guys, 19th through the 22nd. So your leadership group is going to be heading out Thursday, Friday of this week, returning Monday, Tuesday of next week. So please, 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 if you would still like to join, it's $199 to get a digital package. So that's still an option if you'd like to attend. The agenda they do have out, so you can go and check out some of those breakouts to see what you could participate in signing up. Closed volume. Anybody ready for that? $15,828,256, which is our biggest January to date. So guys, congratulations to you. I really should make you do some of these sometime, Nick. No, okay, look at this picture. Like this is vintage. Vintage photo here. So SP Home, Steve Sobey's taking third place in the individual group at 761,000. So congratulations, Steve. Okay, gosh, this was a really close one. At $977,500 in second place, we've got Miss Katie Forrest. Come on up, come on up. Look at that. Great job, Katie. So proud. Look at you. Oh my goodness. There we go. Great job. She did great with that air. That was like almost like it was planned. All right. And in first place in the individual category with just another little less than 20,000 more, $994,100. We've got Miss Jessica Howe. So congratulations. Number one in closed volume. In the team division, 2 or more selling agents. We've got 300,000 closed volume for Trinity Homes. Congratulations, Holly and Leo. Turner Filings is coming in second place with 474,280. Congratulations, ladies. And in first place, we got a little bit of a jump to 1.3 million, the Gamble Group. Congratulations, Sarah. All right, moving on to the group division closed volume. The Carthage Group has 359,000 for third place. Congratulations. Okay, and we've got one member of this group here today. Please help me in requiring him to come to the front of the room. Sanctuary KC took second place with 1.9 million. What? Oh, sorry, and Christina, both of you. Nope, both of you. Don't make this awkward. Nope.
Christina's the one that does all the hard work.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Amanda.
I'm tired.
Excellent. No, congratulations. These guys set some big goals this year, and I'm super excited for that team. So congratulations, guys. And then Austin Home Team at 4.5 million. So congratulations. All right. I saved this from last week. So if you have coached with me, any of you that are in the top 20% that we've sat down and coached, and oftentimes you come to me and you're like, I am struggling. Like, what do I do? Where do I start? Many of you can probably testify that I say, like, let's talk about your schedule. Like, what does that look like? How are you managing that? What are you doing to set yourself up for success there? Because this business often will pull you in 15 different directions, right? And so I really, really recommend, and it's important, the days and the weeks that I do sit down and work on my schedule at the beginning of the week. How many of you guys have a scheduled time each week that you do use to make your schedule? Whether it be Sunday or Thursday. Does anyone have every week where it's like, I'm going to sit down and plan my week. I'm going to plan my childcare. I'm going to plan my meals. Nobody? No. So you're just kind of like, just winging it. Okay. Sunday nights. I mean, it is like, hopefully like how much better is your day sometimes if you looked at your calendar the night before? And I know you're real estate agents. It changes. Like it can be wide open clean, wake up Tuesday morning or Wednesday morning. And by noon, it's like completely changed. I highly suggest taking the time on a certain day of the week to say, I'm going to sit down and plan out my week. The other thing, and this is off of, coming off of out front, is clear off the calendar. So if you need to use Google Calendar, it's something you're offered free through your KW account. What I would highly suggest if you really want to get serious about your calendar, and I've done this activity with others, is go and delete everything off your calendar and start fresh. The reason I say that, or everything that's not absolutely essential. Team meeting that's every Tuesday at 1 o'clock, leave that one on there, right? But if you can wipe everything clean and then we can start with a fresh and say, okay, what's important that we add back in? It really does help with trying to where do I start? How do I start building out a calendar and a schedule and a routine? Some of it is that. Block your personal time first. And what I would encourage there too, and a lot of you've heard, is to color code your calendar. Anyone that's ever seen my calendar, my trainer this morning was like, when are you going to be gone? Because I need to reschedule a couple of my training sessions. And I went to show him my phone and he was like, I'm not going near that. Because I was like, well, it's just, you can see in the gray, that's when I'm going to get, yeah, no. But why I encourage people to color code their calendar. And so like I have a personal color for my calendar. That's my personal time. I have one for the market center. that I can see when I'm working on the market center, right? And before I had one that was for other businesses or other things, right? And the reason why color coding is, if you're a visual person, is there was weeks that I looked at that calendar and there was no pink, which is usually Elizabeth time, right? And so it's a good way to balance that out. If you've got multiple businesses that you're working across, I think it really helps to clarify what is what. Also, if you're having to make sure that children are picked up from things, you know, that like the yellow box is taken care of because there's somebody picking them up. And guys, when booking that personal time, it's something that I have talked to some of you guys, because it's easy to let this business run you. But if you put that the gym workout is going to happen on Wednesday night at 5:30, it's easier for you to hold yourself accountable to that. To where if this week you have to move it, then you've got to drag that box and move it to a different part of the week. Because it's too easy if it's not on the calendar to just be like, gosh, I got busy, and Wednesday comes and goes and it's like, all right, tomorrow. But if you've committed to yourself that you're going to go work out at 5:30 on Wednesday nights, the chances of you showing up at 5:30 are a lot better than if it's just like, I'm going to kind of wing it and see what happens. All right, finding a scheduling win every day. So this one I did have to read what their little caption was. But their point is, if you do miss getting up and doing your morning affirmations, and yet finding somewhere on your calendar to say, man, I hit that time block and I knocked it out of the park and I did nail that, is really important to encourage yourself. You're not going to hit maybe everything on your calendar, but allowing yourself to have some wins would be good. And blocking that time, guys, too, allows you to plan and communicate with other significant others in your world, other players in your world, whether it be a childcare provider or a significant other or a child, you know, to say, hey, no, it's really important that I'm at the office by 9 o'clock because I need to knock this, and this out, versus just kind of scheduling on the fly. Okay. Give your time block a name that motivates you. I thought this one was kind of fun. So if workout doesn't motivate you, then maybe it's skinny jeans. I don't know. You do you, right? Like maybe, right? Skinny jeans at 5:30. But that was kind of a fun one. And then set your schedule on repeat. So it's really easy to do that reoccurring appointment and just make it to where those activities are happening every single week. It really increases your ability to be successful. Only schedule events that are purposeful. I know that sounds a little bit silly, but putting on there things that are not actually purposeful. There's times before I put on there that like meal planning is on my calendar for Sundays. Like, and it is because it forces me to know that like, hey, I'm supposed to sit down and do this, but putting on things on your calendar that are purposeful are important. And then don't forget to plan for the unplanned. Y'all, I know that like 90% of the time after this team meeting, I'm gonna end up chatting with people for like 10, 15 minutes, right? Like it's a part of like, I love that y'all are here and it's an opportunity to chat with me. I'm sure Randy runs into this, right? That you show up to meetings and it's like, do you not plan on your calendar? I'm not taking a 1 or 2 o'clock appointment because I know more than likely I'm going to plan for the unplanned of like, I'm going to have a, hey, you got a minute? Like, hey, I have a question, which is great. But be sure that you're planning for those unplanned events. Also, when our meetings were at 9 o'clock, I blocked my calendar from 8 to 9. So that like I'm planning for the unplanned of like, maybe I need to throw a few more things in the deck, or Tanner's sending me a slide. Right. All right. I wanted to touch on this one more time, guys, because this is truly an asset to you all. You're at KW for a reason. They are investing. We have got great things already put together. And I know y'all are Canva fiends and I love Canva too. Okay. I think it's a great thing. And yet we've got a agent branded magazine with all kinds of content in there for you, ready for you to just pop, plug and play, whether it's a newsletter you send out that's a PDF, or you take the content and then reincorporate it into your social media. One of the ways you get to that is you're going to go to designs, which is going to be the little paintbrush on the far left icon. If you click on templates, lead generation, personally branded, they have them across different seasons. The new one for fall is this Build, Elevate in 2022. There are 20 pages of content for you to pick from. I wanted to take a second to highlight a few of those. One of them are success stories. So it's a really clean, great way for you to share some of those feedbacks that you're getting from your clients when you send out for reviews. Really easy way to pop that into a social media that looks sharp and put together and is not you trying to arrange things in Canva yourself. There's also I mean, it's trendy, cute stuff. Like you guys, it's your style. I mean, you guys are a stylish office. I think that like what I've heard over and over again from Matt and Rebecca is that our office is really cool, and not to tell the Northland, but we are kind of like cooler. Yeah. Within the agents that I interact between Overland Park and here too, you can tell that they kind of drop their shoulders and they like understand, right? Plaza's cool.
I got 2 messages to deliver back to Overland Park today. One from Matt and one from you. So
No, they know. Everybody that is incoming like knows that I favor one office. Like, let's just be honest. But it's really trendy, great stuff. I mean, like this is stuff that you like would spend hours in Canva to do, and there's 20 pages of it for you to pick from. So maybe take a second if you're looking for content or want to hold yourself accountable to including. Again, templates, lead generation, personally branded. Anybody want to go over closed units? So biggest January to date, 47 units in closed units. Third place, Miss Adrienne Towner. So congratulate Miss Adrienne Towner. We've got a tie here, a couple ties. A couple people might have got third place, okay? All right, so here we go. We also have Miss Alina. So congratulations, Alina. Woo-hoo! Ariel, oh, I'm sorry, Candace McDaniel. Congratulations. And Crystal, congratulations, Crystal. Woo-hoo! Mr. Kevin Howe, congratulations, Kevin. Excellent. Olivia Smith. Woo-hoo! And Miss Rebecca Kane. So congratulations. All right, second place. We have Geraldo Pazar. Congratulations. Geraldo. What am I? Geraldo. It's me. And then we also have second place, Katie Forrest. So congratulations, Katie. And finally, SP Homes, Steve Sobey. All right, and in first place, individual level with 4 closed units, we have Miss Jessica Howe. So congratulations, Jessica. All right, moving on to the team division, we've got a 3-way tie. We've got the Facel group in third place. Congratulations. The Rowan team, woo-hoo, and Trinity Homes. So congratulations, Holly and Leo. And tied for second place, we've got the Gamble group. Woo-hoo. And Kate and Pat Flack. Congratulations, Kate and Pat. And finally, first place, 3 closed units, Turner Filing Homes. Congratulations. Okay, in the group division, 3 or more selling agents. In second place with 3 closed units, we've got a tie. We've got Sanctuary KC. Woo-hoo! 1.9 across 3 units. I like that average sales price. Good for you. See, like doing the math on the fly. That's great. Okay. Also in second place, we've got the Carthage group. On the corners of the office there. I like that. All right. And in first place, Austin Home Team with 11 closed units, guys. Congratulations. Okay. We've got our top producers, guys, everyone that closed over $500,000. And we'll be getting out those graphics to you to share. Rookie of the month. Where is he at? Probably, like, where's he at? Here we go. Jordan Eckley, rookie of the month for January. Congratulations, Jordan. He's probably prepping for an open house. So you guys are doing what, 2 a weekend? They're like on fire, crazy, and just asking, how do we get better? I love it. All right. $1 million club. We've got Gamble Group and Sanctuary KC Real Estate. Congratulations. We also have the $4 million club, Austin Home Team. All right, we wanted to welcome new agents. Ryan Stout joined the Facel group this month. So congratulations. And Darlena got licensed there. Edmund got licensed as well. Tyler Tran also joined us. So please be sure to welcome him as well. So congratulations. All right, first listing, we've got Andrea. Congratulations. And then Jordan Eckley had his first listing too. First closing.
First 2 essentially, but yeah.
First 2, because he had 2. Yes,
Yeah,
I'm following you. Yeah. All right, and then first listing for Ben as well, Hassan of the Carthage group. So congratulations, Ben. All right, do you guys want to do a little round of, actually, I think, I'm going to let Mr. Randy go first. Randy Vanderpool in the flesh with us. Is that okay?
sure.
I put your slides on here. Look at this for you.
Hey, look at that.
I showed, like, we've got all of the areas.
That's awesome.
And then I did a zoom in. So here, you've got choices, okay? And then there's the other one that you wanted.
Oh, I'm liking that.
Yeah.
I'm liking that a lot. So I got zoom in and what else? There we go.
Zoom
I
in.
like it. All right.
And then
So-
your other reports after that.
Yeah, so this is a report that I really feel is beneficial if you really want to hone in on an area that you're wanting to be the local market expert in. And it's called the Heartland Activity Report. All right, so it's in there under the different reports. They do it once a month. It usually comes out on the 10th of the month. And this breaks it down by MLS areas. And what's important about that is you're able to see, because not every area is the same in terms of list price to sales price. Also, take note of that, 125 expired listings. But wait, doesn't everything sell? So they're either personal realtors' homes who can't price their own home right. That's one explanation, but that probably didn't account for 125 of them. So again, when people are going in and they're just, oh, you want to list it at $750,000, even though it's only worth 500, that's going to be the end result. But again, that's a great opportunity if you go in and, go after that. But again, you shouldn't be asking, at least when I worked expireds, I used to say, how did you go about determining your previous list price? And I'd hear almost universally from the client, well, the agent asked us what we wanted to get. Well, that sounds great, but you're supposed to be the local market expert. You should be giving them what the market value is, or at least a market value range. And then you can always present it as, and the closer we get to the lower end of this range, the higher the probability of getting multiple offers. And again, that's the name of the game in today's market. The stuff that's being priced right is gone in 3 days. You can get one open house out of it and it's sold. So again, this will break it down. So do take a look at that. The average list price from December to January did drop, was 100%. Now it's 99.2. But it's the little clues when you start seeing the inventory rise. So when you look at the market spreadsheet that I put out, I guess I can get to it. So when you look at this, you start seeing the green arrows saying, hey, there's actually more inventory now than there was last month. Okay, those are the small indicators. So why is the average list price to sales price dropping a little bit? Why is inventory starting to go up? And of course, the answer is interest rates are rising a little bit. And again, this is what the Federal Reserve is doing to take care of the inflation, which is at like 40-year highs. So they've already stated that they're going to do 3 increases. And while that interest rate doesn't directly affect our interest rates, it does in the big mix of things. Okay. Usually by the time that they announce a rate hike, all the mortgage companies have been there for 2 weeks. Okay. So again, just take a look. This will be out today. So take a good look at that. The other thing that's dropping is surprisingly that 0 to 30 days on market. There's actually less percentage that are selling in the first 30 days. And again, this is where you have to be that local market expert. I imagine that the award winners today, if we asked them what their average days on market was, it was probably like 3 days on market because they got them and they turned them right away. So again, just an opportunity. Those will be out for each area by the end of today. So just look for them on Facebook. Any questions? No? See, that was
On
easy.
the previous sections, Randy, so what he means by area? There might be some here that are like, what do you mean?
Yes, for those of you who are newer, we used to
Like
have to
newer
look.
than like less than like 13 years.
Yes, just about. Yeah. That's the way they used to break down every area was MLS areas. There is still a map that you can click on there. And again, I wish that they broke this down differently, but the only report that you can utilize is your Market Watch report that comes out quarterly. That one breaks it down by zip codes. Now, again, our MLS, along with Austin, along with other MLSs, just bought a company that will be providing that data. And hopefully we'll migrate away from this, but this is the only report that you can look at that breaks it down by area each month. So again, you can click on the map to find out where that is. And again, hopefully they'll come out with different reports, but nobody looks at this report because it has MLS areas. But I'm just telling you, there's a wealth of information in there. So
Yeah, so Google too, you've got an address in a neighborhood that you're wanting to try to pull this on. The area is listed at the top when you put in listing and you have to select the area. So that's another way to go
that's another way.
backwards
Yes, thank
and
you.
figure out what area. But note, that's what I just wanted to clarify because some people might be like, what is he talking
I
about
said that in
area?
Northland, I forgot to say. it
No,
here.
you're good. I love it when it comes out because then it makes me feel like a real veteran, like I just, been around. No, actually, I'm just kidding. It's the opposite. It makes me feel young.
I was
like,
just about to say,
I'm
really?
sorry.
So you're
No.
like a
Mm-mm.
retread or?
No, I'm like, I do feel like, gosh, I'm still new. I'm still, young in the business here. Please. Okay. I want Matt. You guys like love me. I know, right? I'm funny. So we wanted to talk about objections. Are you guys getting any objections right now of like, I don't want to buy because prices are too high? Anybody? I got like a birthday, like, congratulations or happy birthday to you. And it's always fun. And then it's like, by the way, I think about doing something, the market, blah, blah, blah. Like, but it's prices are so high. And I was caught off guard and all my HBD, happy VD to you replies. And I had like responded to it, but I wanted Matt to share. He had a really good objection handler. So nobody's hearing this, that its prices are too high to buy all the time. Okay, Matt, would you like to come?
So with that, so if you think about it, and you think about the psychology of all buyers in all markets, right? So in a declining market, if they buy today, what happens to the price tomorrow? It goes down. So when they buy too high. In an appreciating market, they're competing, their multiple offers are going over. What do they feel like they're doing? They're paying too much. So the buyer objection is always, we're paying too much. Right? So it's about creating logic and emotion around it. And the two angles that we are having conversations around this, number one is, for instance, we had a panel today in our team meeting of institutional investor buyers. And what we're finding, and you may be seeing this as well, is even the hedge funds are paying at or above asking. So if the people that's job is to look at numbers for a living and look out years in advance for numbers and never lose money, that's the number one job, right? Warren Buffett has 2 rules of money: never lose money, right? And go back to rule number 1, right? Is if the institutional buyers are paying at or above asking, what are they seeing that we're not seeing? What are they looking at that we're not? And they're betting on that. Secondly, this is where you can get back into the emotion, is how many of you were making care calls to your buyer clients from last year? Last year, did you have buyer clients that felt this way? When they buy, and if you ask them today how they feel about what they bought last year, what do you think they'd say? They're like, oh my gosh, I'm so grateful that we did this last year.
When interest rates were lower,
When the
when the prices were less.
lower, I mean, it was still just as competitive. It was still just as crazy. And everyone was emotional, and yet they jumped in. And so the conversation, if you're talking to somebody right now, is, hey, listen, we've got clients last year that felt just like you feel today. And I just got off the phone with them, and they were so excited they took advantage of it then. So the question is, do you want to also be shopping again next year, or do you want to be the call that tells me how great it was that you took advantage of it today?
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, 'cause I don't have a crystal ball, and yet Tanner says it's not getting better.
Right.
It's gonna be more expensive. So do you want to be a celebratory call next year, or do you want to tell me that we're still shopping and it's still not a good time?
Yeah. No, I would say that they're, yeah. Noelle.
Along those same lines, I go, well, I bought 2 and Aaron bought 2 in the last year and a half, so I guess it's okay. We're still
There you go.
and
Yeah.
really experts in the field, so if you are investing, make sure you use that as leverage.
With that being said, I mean, you don't have to be Nicole to say that I bought. You can say, we've got agents in our office that are buying.
Yeah.
And if agents are buying and investors are paying full price, what do they know that we don't?
Yeah. And my response too is that interest rates are only going higher. And I know that this buyer is going to be in a competitive price range, that value of those houses are never going to drop. And I said, the market's increased. I told her 28% over the last 2 years. I thought that was probably close enough. 16% is just last year's. And when I explained to her that the prices aren't going down, and wouldn't you like to be on the other side of that 16%? And she was like, okay, yeah, like, I think we do. Like, let me know what we should be looking at. kind of a thing. So like note that that is definitely something that I know you guys are combating right now, but
It's not a
um,
promise for earnings, we'll consult your time.
yes, that.
Gotta guarantee you, price of paper.
All right, guys, super excited. We will not have team meeting next week. Nick and I will both be out of the office on Monday. So if you need us, we will see you for our annual awards on Friday. Or Wednesday. Gosh. Wednesday. It's in Penn, Wednesday, the 23rd. So thank you, guys. Appreciate you. Randy's here if you want to ask him any questions. Right here up front. Randy.